effect of self-objectification on women's agreeableness in male-dominated spaces. My name is Jasleen Sidhu, and I worked with Dr. Kimberly Fairchild from Manhattan College to author a research proposal. Okay, hold on. So throughout this presentation, I'll be starting off with an introduction, then I'll be defining what self-objectification is, what gender roles are, gaps in the literature, my research proposal, and anticipated results. In our current world, women seem to never have been more successful. The current scheme of female autonomy is unprecedented in the number of legal and material adversities that women have broken through. So why is it that rates of eating disorders across the globe continue to rise exponentially? Why is it that demand for plastic and cosmetic surgery has exceedingly increased after the pandemic? Female agency is met with pushback from cultures that continue to insist on commodifying the female body. Women may have surpassed ye old power structures, but remain unliberated in their bodies. In a groundbreaking study, researchers Fredrickson and Roberts proposed objectification theory, a framework to assess the consequences of living in a culture that sexualizes the female body. Objectification theory posits that sexual objectification causes women to see themselves through the lens of an observer. Sexualization breaks the female body down to an instrument of sex. In other words, just a body. 3 fundamental encounters contribute to the objectifying gaze: direct experiences of objectification, witnessing other women's objectification, or consuming objectifying media. These experiences lead women to imprint a third-person perspective onto themselves. Female self-objectification disrupts a woman's cognitive functioning because she redirects her thoughts to her body. Women who are high in self-objectification may be unable to turn off self-surveillance. In other words, monitoring one's appearance persists, even when partaking in a cognitive task, such as test taking. Self-objectification diverts women's attentional resources to their bodies, thus usurping cognitive performance in academics and workplaces. Researchers have found that self-objectification can induce stereotype threat and gender schemas regarding intelligence. Even reminding a woman of their gender in a stigmatized environment, such as a male-dominated environment, can lead to a compromised cognitive performance. When women attempt to counteract gender stereotypes by adopting agentic or dominant or masculine traits, they face backlash from their peers. As a result, women become afraid of engaging in power-seeking behavior, particularly in group conversations or discussions. Research suggests that high-powered agentic women fear speaking disproportionately longer than others in order to avoid negative consequences from their peers. Much of the current body of literature regarding female self-objectification focuses on the cognitive ramifications when considering objectification. No literature has considered the role of agreeableness in male-dominated spaces. In regards to the research proposal that I created, the population of interest would be cisgender women between the ages of 18 and 22. Approximately 100 female participants will be recruited from the New York area. Repeated trials will maintain the same independent variable, a male-dominated environment. In a trial, a single female participant will complete a self-objectification scale. She will then enter a room with around 10 male Confederates seated at a round table. An experimenter will ask the group a series of discussion prompts. The female participants' responses will be measured in terms of head nodding, verbal signs of agreement, and refusal to continue speaking after an interruption. A greater rate of these signs shows a greater level of agreeableness. The female participant will then fill out another self-objectification scale after the discussion prompts have ended. We anticipate that women in the study will experience self-objectification as a result of the scenario in which they enter and participate. This self-objectification will be evident in an increase in ratings of self-objectification from time 1, before the study, to time 2, after interaction with the male Confederates. We hypothesize that women who experience more self-objectification will demonstrate more verbal and behavioral signs of agreeableness. I'd like to thank the TSI community because it was incredibly kind and encouraging. Thank you so much for the opportunity to pursue my passions, especially because a lot of the research that I did was in gender studies while this is a STEM program. I'd also like to thank Dr. Kimberly Fairchild because she was always there to grow my ideas or provide extensive feedback. She was an amazing guide throughout the process. Thank you.